his way through here, finding a dead end there, making a right turn onto 34th place, heading back towards Highland as he continues to race through Manhattan Beach.
Here we go.
Just in a very reckless fashion. The driving here, extremely dangerous. Made a right turn there, northbound now on Vista Drive as he continues the opposite direction through Manhattan Beach, again making another right turn, establishing a circle here as he comes out on Rosecrans. A right turn on Rosecrans.
Bendo, what's
going
up? Welcome.
eastbound on
Scentless, welcome.
Heading towards
XP,
Sepulveda
welcome.
now.
What's up, everybody?
There's the LAPD airship. Tracking his location. Again, we do not have a full pursuit package in tow yet.
Flying
they are
right now.
trying to catch
Sheesh.
up. There is backup now.
This is
pulling
crazy.
into position about
Nice
a half
haircut.
mile
Oh, thank
behind
you.
the
I got it
suspect.
like
Another.
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, the green light there, but just going so much faster than everybody else here. You can tell.
I'll
he's,
start with the
doing
prediction in
about
like a
twice
minute.
the speed limit through Manhattan Beach here in Rosecrans.
King Ed, what's up?
Coming up on Sepulveda here, major intersection, Rosecrans and Sepulveda. He's got a red light here, making the right
Hope
turn
you had a
on
good
red
Christmas, Winnie. I
with
did. I
a
hope you
very
did too.
busy intersection, lots of cross traffic there. Looks like some damage on the right side there. The passenger side
He hit
has
somebody?
suffered some damage in this pursuit, or perhaps that was previously. It looks like the rear passenger door took a hit. Looks like, but anyways, he's trying to weave through traffic here, northbound Sepulveda Boulevard, crossing 33rd Street.
Okay, I'm going to put up the
I'm
prediction.
sorry, southbound Sepulveda. Right turn on Sepulveda, southbound, trying to squeeze through
Okay, there you
traffic
go.
here.
Will this chase last 15 minutes? Drop all your channel points. If you think it's going to last 15 minutes, if you don't. Personally, this doesn't look good for him to drive for 15 minutes. I have my doubts on this. Could end any minute. Coco Creamer, what's up? Contra, welcome. G20, welcome. Shinji, how are you? Tosk, what's up? Oh, Whimsical, welcome.
Still heading
Oh,
southbound
shit.
on Sepulveda, going the wrong way on Sepulveda Boulevard.
Oh,
60
shit, he's
miles
still
per
going
hour,
on the wrong way.
into oncoming lanes of
Okay,
traffic
okay.
on Sepulveda
Jeez, that was a
Boulevard.
red light,
Through
too.
another red light, now back on the correct side of Sepulveda, heading through Manhattan Beach, coming into the Hermosa Beach area at 80 miles per hour, really starting to push the pedal to the metal here, driving very erratic and dangerously as he tries to navigate the little traffic here in the South Bay along Sepulveda Boulevard. Rush hour has pretty much wrapped up here, but he is booking and using every inch of roadway that he can handle here.
Is there a
as the
no-fly
LAPD
zone here?
Airship continues right overhead with the night sun on this alleged robbery.
The
suspect
news is getting
who
further away.
continuing to really put a lot of people in danger on a Friday night.
What
heading into
happened?
The holiday weekend here, you continue to
Oh,
weave
Jenny.
through the little traffic here in the Hermosa Beach area along PCH.
Welcome.
At 18th Street now, continuing southbound. A wild move into oncoming lanes of
Close
traffic.
to no
just
fly.
a minute
It must
ago,
be, right? It
through
looks like they
another
were
major
getting
red light
further
front of
away.
bonds there.
Shout out to
Continuing
Crispy
southbound
Jenny.
along
Go follow
PCH,
Crispy Jenny.
Starting to show signs of really losing control of the vehicle. He's making such erratic steering decisions. Again, through another red light. He's blowing through each and every red light here in the South Bay as he continues southbound along PCH, desperate to get away from those pursuing units, which have pulled back a little bit. They have turned their lights and sirens off. These are LAPD units in the Hermosa Beach area as he continues now into Redondo
This is not going to
Beach
end well,
with
yeah,
just
man.
a couple more lights. You can
Doesn't
see him
look
now
good, but
making a right
it does
turn,
seem like
a right turn onto First Street
the
in
news
Hermosa.
is so far away right
A
now.
right turn onto First Street in Hermosa, heading back towards the beach. Very narrow streets here, random turns.
Yeah, Bendo, they must be.
Helicopter's still
There's
doing
no
a
cops
great
behind
job
him.
keeping a
They
visual
got the
of
helicopter
suspect.
above.
These are possibly robbery suspect or suspects.
Do they have two
inside
choppers?
this
The police?
Mercedes-Benz, doing about 60 miles per hour on very narrow beach streets here in the Hermosa Beach area.
What's the info on this chase? Good question. I haven't really looked. So, hold on.
The random left turn.
I'm not sure.
Westbound 8th Street.
It just says over here, chase. The camera angle changed dramatically? Yeah, I think the car just drove back towards them or something. I don't think they have to. Rin, thank you. Did it change that much?
Coming up on Hermosa Avenue.
Shout out to
here.
Rin.
Again,
Shout out to Scentless. Shout out to
taking that intersection.
Crispy Jenny.
Every time he makes a turn here, he's almost losing control, almost like slightly fishtailing through some of these intersections. Now going down Hermosa Avenue, again, weaving around anybody in his way here. These are all narrow residential beach streets between PCH and the beach, and he is now making his way towards Sepulveda once again. Look at this, 70 miles per hour on Hermosa Avenue.
Okay. Just going through red lights. I mean, they got...
Now southbound.
Art Man,
Now
welcome. This is
southbound in
live.
Redondo Beach.
What's up? Sven, welcome.
Southbound
going-
Harbor Drive, right along Redondo Beach.
Looks like he's on the
Where we are,
wrong
coming
side of
up
the
on Kings
road.
Harbor here, and just a couple of
Wait,
intersections.
no?
Look at him
Is it
flying,
going both ways?
flying through these
Fuck, dude.
intersections.
What?
Passing Beryl Street, continuing southbound. This isn't a dead end. This street ends in a parking garage at
Oh,
the
no.
Kings Harbor, at the Kings Harbor
It's going in the
lot.
parking
There's the
garage?
making a wild left turn, another wild left turn back towards PCH as he heads up Pacific Avenue. Back onto Catalina now, right turn onto Catalina, off of Pacific, through Redondo Beach. Getting foggier as we make our way south here, now making a wild left turn off of Catalina onto Carnelia, now passing Broadway, heading back towards PCH as he continues at a high rate of speed.
No
trying
guest
to navigate
speculator,
these
no.
main streets that he does not seem to
We
be
don't even
too
have the
familiar
news
with.
people
Now
at
making
all.
a left turn. He's going to make a left turn onto PCH, going back in the opposite direction, going back northbound now on PCH. Look at him closing in on this traffic here, tailgating that Tesla there, just looking for a way around here. Look at, he's weaving.
Scentless said he saw a chase today, which
which
almost went on television, but it ended. The guy drove into a parking garage. Apparently they drove by Scentless while he was streaming.
To slow down, and right now they are trying to decide whether to re-engage with this suspect. Redondo Beach and Hermosa Beach police tracking the suspect's movements. LAPD in the area
Prediction.
figuring out if they could safely re-engage the suspect. And there they are, lights
Wait,
and sirens.
we got the police?
Which agency is that? We'll go ahead and zoom in on that, Lucas, when you have a chance. I think it's LAPD.
Okay.
That is
Police are
LAPD.
here.
LAPD in
And
the
they-
cul-de-sac with him.
Oh.
He went through the cul-de-sac.
Oh, dude,
jumped
they
the
missed
sidewalk,
it?
Through the cul-de-sac and oncoming lane
Oh,
of traffic,
dumb idea to
northbound
zoom in on the
PCH,
wrong car,
continuing at a high
man.
rate of speed, weaving
Bad,
through all
bad.
of this traffic,
Bad
just
camera work.
completely desperate to get away from those black and whites. LAPD back in pursuit here. Wrong way. Wrong way on PCH, over the double yellow lines. There are officers coming from all different directions trying to get this person off the road. This Mercedes-Benz driving at extreme speeds, out of control, as he tries to get away from law enforcement at all costs here. He is putting so many lives
Oh,
in
it keeps
danger
going the
back
wrong
on
way.
the wrong side of PCH. Oh! Oh my goodness, that was a close call right there. Cross traffic at the intersection. Back
That
in
was
Hermosa
very
Beach,
close.
Going northbound on PCH.
Well, I mean,
through another
he's
red
had
light.
he keeps
Continuing.
getting so close.
This is just unbelievable.
Yeah, everybody hit the thumbs up, hit the like.
Northbound
you're on
PCH,
YouTube.
just passing
Whoa,
Pier
there's a
Ave.
cop.
Now you see another black and white. These are a number of different agencies here. Now LAPD
Vic, welcome.
and Hermosa Beach PD
Clear Joker, welcome.
engaging with that
Tony,
suspect.
how are
The
ya?
Hermosa Beach unit turning around,
Bill,
making a U-turn
yeah,
there.
he's-
now on to PCH.
He's
trying
been
to
going
catch up
70
with
on the wrong
suspect,
side of the
and
road.
LAPD airship providing the night sun as they try and keep up with him here on
Whoa.
Artesia Boulevard, making a right turn off of PCH onto Artesia Boulevard. Going now eastbound on Artesia Boulevard. Eastbound Artesia at 100 miles per hour, going away from the beach.
Laruski,
away from
welcome.
PCH. And
Queso,
you can
welcome.
see LAPD still keeping a solid
Yeah, this is a
visual on
crazy
this
one.
suspect. That night sun trying to give everybody
Yeah, I
in the
thought he
way
did hit that car
indicator
too.
that there is
I think
a
I could add that
pursuit
to the
coming
bingo
up
card.
behind here Again, dangerous
I thought it
speeds.
looked like it.
Law enforcement from different municipalities trying to catch up with the suspect. Again, this is apparently a robbery. Suspect or suspects refusing to pull over here and putting so many lives in danger. The driving here is incredibly dangerous, very high rate of speed, and a lot of last-minute maneuvers. The composure behind the wheel here is very, very unpredictable. Going the wrong way. Going the wrong way in Artesia. Oh, my goodness!
What the?
Into cross traffic, into oncoming lanes of traffic, oncoming vehicles trying to get away from this guy. He is now on the correct side.
It looks
of
like he's going to
Boulevard.
crash.
He has no hesitation going the wrong way on some of these major arteries, continuing now eastbound on the correct side of Artesia Boulevard. Some really
It doesn't
scary
look
moments
good.
once he jumps over those medians, and now he's going the correct way on Artesia, but still at a very high rate of speed, not stopping for any of these red lights.
This is
as
live,
he
indeed.
continues to try and
So
put some
live right
distance
now.
between him and those black and whites, but there are more
Damn,
of them than there
oh my
are of
God.
him, and they are now approaching this from a number of
That was a
different
cop,
areas,
right? Or
including
was it
different
not?
Municipalities, LAPD, not willing to let this go. They have a number of units trying to catch up with them. But right now, it's the helicopter doing a bulk of the work here at a very busy intersection.
Damn.
Artesia Boulevard,
You might hit that car,
Hawthorne
too.
Boulevard, right through the red light. Once again, you can see trying to perform a traffic break there. Some black and whites trying to create some space there between some of those innocent motorists and that vehicle. But he is flying through these intersections at a high rate of speed. And when he sees traffic in his way, he just instantly jumps onto the wrong side of the road. So terrifying.
So terrifying. Whoa, whoa, whoa. How many times can you do that without, like, there's only so many times. You can't do that over and over and over and over.
Coming up on the 405 now. Will not be able to enter the 405. He's going to go underneath the 405 here in just a second. Artesia Boulevard under the 405. He will have an opportunity up ahead, but right
I wish they'd
now,
zoom out just
he's
a little
committed
bit.
to Artesia Boulevard, tailgating another innocent person. Really I don't even know why he's. I guess he's really stuck between.
I'm gonna get
Eliana,
Eliana, I think.
He's got a truck there, a
Hold on.
box truck he's trying to navigate with, and that other car in his way. He is so desperate to get around anybody in his way, but he's not getting very far. It looks like he's going to try and get on the wrong side. No, a lot of last-minute decisions, some very hard braking here, some wild steering maneuvers. The erratic driving has been nonstop since the minute we pulled up on this pursuit. Continuing through Torrance along Artesia Boulevard. Oh my goodness! Oh, almost losing control at the red light. Cross traffic. Almost jumped into an oncoming head-on.
He's hyped, but I want to hear Eliana. And suddenly it's just, she's not saying anything.
So when we originally pulled up, I did see there was at least one ground unit. Let me widen out, though. I don't see one immediately behind the vehicle, but my pilot, Jim, can see a little bit further, and he sees 3 units, but they're not directly behind the vehicle. I put them at least a quarter mile away.
No, that wasn't Stu.
And you do have the LAPD airship overhead as well. So the units are there. They're just not right on his tail. Hopefully, if he doesn't see them, he'll try to start slowing down and drive a little bit more normally. But it really hasn't done much to get this guy to slow down. Now making that southbound turn onto Western from Artesia.
I like this angle better. They were zooming up so close on the other one. I felt it made us miss some of the close calls. The other camera was more clear. Yeah, kind of, sort of. I don't know. I think it looks good over there right now, but yeah, maybe. Look at that. This all looks better on the other one right now. We're going to have to switch back. I think Eliana needs to keep catching up. It looks like she's still too far away.
From Western, westbound 190th. Taking the first right there, a wild right around that van, and now continuing towards the freeway here.
All right.
He's on the transition.
Just be patient.
On the transition onto the southbound 405
Just be
freeway.
patient.
Southbound
We're about to hit
405,
15 minutes,
which
though.
has moderate traffic continuing into the fog now. We may lose a visual of the suspect here. It is a tough situation because LAPD may very well lose visual too. It is very foggy down here in this part of the South Bay. Look at him getting over to the carpool lane here, trying to get around this freeway traffic. It is relatively light traffic, but just
all right, new
enough
prediction.
to be a nuisance to him if he continues at these speeds over 110 miles per hour.
And now I'm irritated again by how close they are. All right.
Weaving through traffic, southbound 405 at 130 miles per hour. No signs of
This is
slowing
crazy.
down. No law enforcement behind him. California Highway Patrol monitoring this pursuit. The LAPD airship is right overhead, continuing to keep the night sun on this reckless driver. Again, wanted for felony charges, possibly robbery. And we don't know, again, we do not know how many people are inside this vehicle. We have not really had a good look inside this sedan, and really the entire time we've been over it, those windows have been rolled all the way up. The driving has been extremely dangerous. He is now southbound on the 405 heading into Compton.
Oh, shit.
Southbound 405 coming up on Avalon Boulevard.
Okay.
Still doing triple-digit speeds. Still has that night sun right on him.
This is intense.
The way this guy is driving, the freeway is obviously the best setting for this pursuit, but it's still no comfort to the drivers or to law enforcement as he continues
El Homer,
to
yeah,
come very close.
it doesn't look good, but who knows?
Traffic just desperate.
Tech
to get
IRL,
through
what's up?
anybody in his way, but at least there aren't the stop signs and red lights that there were on.
It
so
said
many of those
150,
surface
Bill, but I don't know
streets that he
how
raced through,
accurate it is.
without any regard for for cross traffic or anybody in his way. It was just really a desperate situation, and finally,
Oh,
losing
no.
control on the freeway. Oh my goodness, using the shoulder now to get around some of this traffic, but really fishtailing across some of these lanes. Now
This is
southbound
crazy.
405 passing Alameda Street at 120 plus
How did he not
miles
lose it
per
there?
hour as he navigates some of these lanes here and really jerking that wheel around, almost losing control. As
So
he
many
moves
close
around
calls.
some
Like,
of
this
these
isn't going to work out every time.
Unbelievable.
Zoom out. Damn it. He's going to crash and we're just going to miss it because they're zoomed in so close.
Is he taking the exit? Southbound 405 taking the exit. Taking the exit. This is going to be Santa Fe Avenue. Southbound 405 transitioning off. He could get back on the freeway here, or he could exit completely. He has not committed yet, although now that might be the transition there. He has committed. Getting off
He's
of
committed.
The freeway.
Whoa.
Getting off the freeway in Long Beach. Coming up on Pacific Avenue. No, he's back on the freeway. He is back on the freeway. Back on the
Psych.
freeway, passing the 710. At the Pacific Avenue.
His rear
exit,
suspension looks
bypassing the
wrong.
exit. No, he's taking the
Whoa.
gore point. Over the gore point.
Oh.
Off the Pacific. Off the Pacific, under the freeway, getting off the Pacific
Where's
Avenue.
the night
off
sun
the
when you need
southbound
it?
405. Did he turn his lights off? He just blacked out.
Oh.
All right, he just blacked out, turned the lights
Did it
off.
work?
Coming up on an intersection here at the end
No.
of the transition.
Okay.
It's going to be
Snarker Honey,
Pacific.
welcome.
Headlights and taillights off.
I hear what you're saying, El Homer, but I hope not. I've
Taking
seen
a
so
right on the
many of
red
these.
there. That's gonna put him
Usually
on the
it's not.
Warlow
It
Road
usually
off the
it
Pacific. In North Long Beach
it's not
as
the
we
worst
continue
possible outcome.
A wild race here. This guy
Get
is
out and
just,
run.
Really putting I mean, this is just terrifying.
Probably
to
will at
watch.
some point.
But these units, these supervisors, have so many critical decisions to make as they try and figure out.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Look at this, bottoming out.
What?
over
Did
the
you think
median,
that was
dumping
gonna
the
work?
vehicle, dumping the vehicle on
Or-
Wardlow Road, and now they're going to run for it.
Is this where they
male
intended to go?
and female passenger
I assume so.
jumping off at Wardlow
What?
into a residential neighborhood. Looks like an apartment complex as they abandoned the vehicle, slammed into the median, tried to make the U-turn there, bottomed out.
If they were actually trying to make a U-turn, that was so dumb. It was a Bonnie and Clyde. Holy shit. If the police were there... Oh, man. There's no foot chase, unfortunately.
All right, we're going to try and get back
Bonnie and
over, but
Clyde.
you do have
Got a lot of stuff on the
law
bingo card
enforcement
for
making
this
their
one.
way into the area of 34th and Golden Avenue as those suspects
Where are they?
appear
Do
to
they
have
know any
disappeared
more on the other
into
station?
the night. This is a
No,
very,
not at all.
very
Okay.
lush neighborhood with lots of trees, lots of hiding spots, and right now, as far as we can tell, no sign of law enforcement
It's too
in
dark.
the immediate vicinity, even as they try and close in here. You
Did
can
not
see
last 30 minutes.
Mercedes-Benz sitting in the middle of the roadway there, right there on the right side of your
Did not
screen.
go 30
That,
minutes, but
Mercedes-Benz possibly stolen, just abandoned.
we'll
now,
give it a minute.
bottoming out
What if
on
they
the
get
median,
into another car?
blocking
Exactly, Arab.
traffic,
What if they got in
and
another
you have
car?
Two suspects running through this neighborhood, and really no sign of them whatsoever.
Hopefully they got another car.
All right, we're out. Unfortunately, that's going to do it for our coverage from up here. In
Okay, we can
7th.
switch over to
As the
NBC.
fog rolls,
We'll switch
these
over
two
here.
suspects may have very well disappeared.
34th and Golden that we're looking at, which is a residential area, but we heard that he abandoned the vehicle near an apartment complex and started running. So you see the night sun overhead. That is helping to guide some of the officers to the scene. The airship is giving a description of that individual to help the ground units locate him when they do arrive on scene. But you can see that it's two large apartment buildings, and this is where the driver abandoned the vehicle and took off running.
All right, Eliana,
Is that them?
Let's hold on for a second as we're
Is
using
that them?
your shop there. We're going to
It
get
is,
on the phone
right?
with Bill Preciado,
It
who's
is.
a retired CHP officer. Bill, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Bill, thank you very much for joining us. Okay, so we just heard from
Right, that was
Eliana,
them, right? Yeah.
The suspect, the person behind the wheel, apparently
No, they got another car?
left the car,
No.
parked somewhere near these two apartment buildings, then started running, abandoned that car around 34 and Golden.
What are you
What's
doing?
the game plan here?
Well, more than likely, they're probably coordinating with Long Beach PD, which is probably in that area.
We got this guest speculator on here now.
For this particular suspect, I don't know if they have a description on the suspect or how many suspects were in that vehicle at this time, but that's probably what they were coordinating.
Sir,
prior
can you
to
run us down the
imminent
scenario if there
leaving
were
of
more
the,
suspects in the
fleeing
car?
vehicle. They're going to set up
What
a
about if there were
perimeter as
5?
wide
Could you
as
please give
possible
us
and
what
work their way
the
in. They're gonna use that
policy would
night
be for
vision
that?
and the FLIR to hopefully find the suspect if he may be hiding under a car. Under
Just
some
in case he's
bushes.
hiding under a car?
But
What
I
are
don't
you?
know if we've
Why?
got a clear description of who the individual was, or if he's familiar with this area at all and may have.
Okay. Bill, 1 second. Eliana,
Okay.
is that the suspect that police
That
are
was
looking
him.
for?
What?
So at this point, we know that this man matches the suspect description based off
He
of
sure
the
does.
clothing that we are hearing come across the police scanner. So you saw the night sun on him there momentarily, and now he jumped between homes here. We're not far.
Yeah,
though.
that was them for
we're
sure.
At 33 in Golden, so we're just
Like-
about a block away from where the driver abandoned
It
that
seems
vehicle
like
and took off
Eliana
running.
missed.
But the man that we saw is wearing what appears to be a gray
There he is
tracksuit.
right
there.
You
There he
see
is.
him there, yep, right under the
Like, did
night sun
Eliana
there.
not see
So
him
he's
get out of the
continuing
car?
to work his way here through homes. He seems to be familiar with this area. He was speaking to a woman just about a minute ago who was wearing a blue top, and she was at the location where the driver had abandoned the vehicle. So this could be an area where he lives. Perhaps a friend lives here. But,
Eliana getting the
this man was
speculation
seen
in.
running, which of course drew the officers' attention in the helicopter. So at this point, they are saying that this man
There's
matches
still no
the
police.
description of the person who was in that vehicle.
And you know, it looks like he's holding something. Is that a cell phone that he's
Whoa.
holding? Jumping over fences there.
Yeah, I think he was holding a cell phone. Hopefully that's all it is and nothing more dangerous. But he just took a spill there
He
climbing
fell?
that wall. So he's still working.
He fell?
backyards here of these homes in Long Beach, just off of 34th and Golden. For a second, he was over at 33.
There he is.
Golden.
There he is. He's up
You see
again.
the
I saw him right here.
starting to arrive
Saw
on
him.
scene. The
Get
night
to get
sun's
the-
still firmly
I saw him
overhead
right here.
where that man was last located. So what they're going to do here is they're going to set up a perimeter.
There he
officers
is.
aren't really in a rush necessarily. to
Ah,
take
he's
this
going
guy
under
into
it.
custody. They can set up a perimeter and make sure that everything is secure.
Yo,
and
Shy
then
Girl
move
Kim,
in,
thank you. You
possibly
see
with a
that?
shield or a police
He
canine
just went
to
under
try to get
this
individual
trailer.
into custody. At this point, he appears to be hiding under an RV.
Okay, so that, I did see him go under something. Wasn't sure what that is exactly.
Thank
so
you for the
At this
sub.
point, yes, this would be a great moment for officers to use to bring out those canines and
Freeze out. What's up?
and look for him.
Yeah, exactly. And
Climbing
they, of
and
course,
falling
have the
over
vehicle.
fences,
They are going to clear that, and they could always get the man sent from the vehicle and try to track him down that way using the dog. So
Where's the girl at?
officers
Good
really
question.
Do have some options here.
Where
but
did she go?
The best thing they can do is simply just set up a perimeter here in the area. Again, 34th and Golden, 33 and
What
Golden
happened
as
to the
well.
girl?
And just try to get this guy to stay hunkered down, and then they can move in for the arrest. I did hear them mention.
All right, we lost Eliana, but we have
No,
Bill
come
Preciado.
back,
We're gonna go
Eliana.
back to you, Bill. Can you hear me?
No, Bill. We don't want to hear from Bill.
That's absolutely correct. The best thing, these officers have time on their hands. The air unit has a visual on the suspect.
Fucking Bill.
And they're in the process of setting up a perimeter. Once that perimeter is contained, they will decide to either use a canine as they start narrowing in on the search. As we saw on that camera,
You think he could have easily got away?
Looks like a trailer or some sort of residential unit to the back of this particular unit. So time is definitely on the officer's hands. The coordinating sergeant is going to be coordinating with the ground units there to set up at certain locations and hold those locations until they decide that they're going to make an approach either with a canine or with a group of officers.
You know,
Okay.
so we're seeing this is a residential area. What do you want residents to know? What do you want the people to know that
Come
live
on,
right
Bill.
here?
Yeah,
Well,
Bill.
to obviously stay within their dwellings. Do not answer the door. Just be aware
Not
that
answer the
there is
door.
a suspect in the immediate vicinity, and that there is a lot of police activity outside. If they have information that may assist the locals, by all
This
means,
guy.
dial 911 and give that information. Sometimes it may not be visual.
They
to us,
lost him
but
for a
it
little
may
while,
make
you're
its way
right.
through
And then he all of a sudden was
underground,
walking on the
not visible
sidewalk.
to the air unit or to the ground units. We're going to need that information. So those 911 calls are very important to the local PDs when they're setting up these perimeters.
I mean, how long could something like this last, Bill?
Bill, could you please tell us how long this guy could possibly stay here? Well, I mean, it could go on for a day or like a week. I don't know.
The approach is for the officers, the resources that are available to these ground units. It's always best to have a canine available, but those are far and few in between.
The
sometimes, and
TV
we have to wait for
helicopter
them to
doesn't have
respond.
anything like that,
So
Dimitri,
best
but the
thing for
police
units to do
do.
is to set that perimeter, maintain it. They've got an area right now where
Like
they're all coordinating. So once those units are all set
heat
up,
sensor,
they will
whatever.
formulate a game plan with a group of officers or with a canine to start making their approach. And obviously, they're going to give them warning through the audible PA system that he should come
They're
out,
down there yelling at
with
him
his
right
hands
now.
up and give himself up.
They got their
before any
megaphones
entry
telling him to
is
get his
given.
ass out of there.
You know, we saw when we first noticed that this person was in the area running, it seemed to me that there was a child that approached him. Does that, I mean, I don't know if you noticed that or not, but it just makes me wonder that this driver, this person, the suspect, lives in this particular area, or is
Yeah,
at least
I got the
familiar with
tail-
that area.
Bill, what
Yeah,
would the
that's all I
police
can
do
on
if
that,
this individual
that
actually
15, I
lives
believe it was.
inside of this
But,
RV?
A lot of times they do return to an area that they're familiar with, or they're communicating with somebody via telephone.
You need me to
letting them know
speculate?
that
Dude,
they
I
may be
can't
coming
do it
into
like
that
they
area.
do.
They may need a place to
Maybe if
to
they,
hide because
Shinji,
there
if they
is
called me
outbursts
instead of
from
Bill,
the
I'll sit there and
police.
tell you all
But
the
sometimes,
dumb
and a
shit
lot
that
of
could
times, we
potentially
use
ever
that
possibly
as,
happen.
as an additional charge for whoever is going to be harboring these individuals, because that is harboring a fugitive, depending on what the charges are that are awaiting this individual.
Nobody's harboring
So
shit.
we're
What is
seeing
he
this
talking
perimeter
about?
Here. I mean,
Oh
it's
my
pretty
God.
big. I'd say it's about a block or so.
What's up,
Bill?
Gina?
Yeah, it looks like a good square block there. They've got them pretty
Let
much
him
squared
dance.
down with the assistance of
Let
that
him
air
cook.
unit. That air unit is equipped with night vision, so it is going to pick up heat from the individual, and that individual was obviously running, so he is going to be radiating sufficient heat to keep track by the air unit, and that's going to coordinate with the ground units to zero in.
Yeah, hit the thumbs up on YouTube.
To the rear portion of this
Easy.
residence here.
All right, and again, if anybody is just joining us right now, this is
Fix the
we were
gifting
following
price.
a
Oh, that's right. I
pursuit.
forgot about
The
that.
driver stopped here,
I'm gonna actually
abandoned the
write that
vehicle
down.
on 34 and Golden, and now is underneath an RV. It's some type of RV unit. Police have set up a perimeter, and we're going to now head to Eliana Moreno. She's live in News Chopper 4. Eliana, what are you hearing?
Annabelle, and that perimeter is set up on 33 and Golden and 34th and Golden. So that's where we're seeing all of
They want 5 for
LAPD
gift,
officers.
yeah.
And the night sun is still firmly focused on where it last saw that man in the gray tracksuit. We saw him hiding under an RV. But you remember we showed you a woman in a blue top. The LAPD is also looking for her. They believe she may have been the
They're still looking for her too?
and may have been involved in the original crime that led to the pursuit. So she's not getting away. They're trying to locate her right now. From what I'm hearing, they do have a good idea of where she may be as well. So there's still 2 people outstanding as part of this high-speed pursuit that made its way all the way from downtown down to Long Beach.
Yeah, so we did see some type of interaction with a woman. It seems to me, I mean, much smaller. It seemed like a child at first, but now we're hearing that, yes, it was a woman. And so do we believe that that person was in the vehicle with the suspect then?
Correct, yeah. At least over the scanner, the LAPD airship is describing her as the passenger. And they said, we need to get her because she was involved in the original crime, which is what led to this high-speed chase to begin with. So even though the airship continued to track the male, who they believed was the driver, they are still trying to take her into custody as well.
All right, so again, we're seeing this perimeter set up, a square block here. You can clearly see it.
I don't know how to do it right
this
now.
is very concerning for anybody who lives in this neighborhood, who lives around 33, 34 and Golden. Very concerning. We heard from Bill Preciado, retired CHP officer, you know, just pretty much saying, if you live in this neighborhood, lock your doors, don't open the doors for anybody, just hunker down and just wait for officers to do their job. And really, at this point, this is the best thing you can do is just
come around a little
stay
bit,
away.
to get around that tree?
We're also waiting, there was talk that canines could be used to sniff out
Canines.
the suspects. So we're just kind of standing
More
by
speculation.
waiting for what's to come next, Eliana.
Yeah, exactly. And at this point, time is on the side of the officers. There's really no rush to try to get this guy, but they pretty much know where he's at. We saw him go under that RV, which we're zooming in on now. So you see that team of officers assembling. What they'll do is they'll make call-outs to the man to see if he voluntarily will come out.
Did he get away?
If he doesn't,
No.
then they could approach.
He's underneath
with the
that
shield. They
RV
could
right
approach
there.
With the canine, they could deploy less than lethal rounds. So they really have a lot of options at their disposal. And they, of course, know what was involved in that original crime, which we believe was a felony robbery. So they know whether or not a weapon was used in that crime. So depending on the facts that led to that original robbery, the officers are going to know a little bit more about this individual than we do up here. So they'll approach it with a great abundance of caution. And again, what they'll try to do initially, though, is just to try to convince him to come out. We see him there. We see his
Wait, there he is.
So it looks like he's...
Stop
at
showing
least,
replay.
Stop
showing replay. You guys can't see it.
Okay,
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, you know, and so moments ago we just had an image there, bigger square of earlier footage when
He's
the
up.
driver- Okay, there we see that suspect.
Just walk out there.
Hands up, yes, we see him. And at this point, yeah, walking backwards as officers may be indicating to do so.
His pants are falling
they're,
down.
Making those call-outs to him right now, and they're telling him exactly what it is they want him to do. Hands are up in towards the air, which is exactly what they want. And when they feel comfortable, that is when they will approach and take him into custody. So let me widen out the shot a little bit so we can see where they are in relation to the suspect.
Looking
All right,
like
so
a fool with
this
your
is
pants
some
on the
great
ground.
news here. Police have an eye on this person, walking or on his knees rather.
34-minute
now
stream,
on the
yeah.
ground. And so again, police will
So far.
confront this person when they're ready. But you know, Eliana, you were talking about the other person that they're looking for, a woman.
Correct. Yeah.
Imagine
so,
getting arrested with
what
your
I've been able
ass
to gather
out.
is they know where she's at.
On
They just haven't
TV.
approached her yet. They were more concerned about taking him into custody, of course. So it looks like at this point he's complying. The team of officers is going to move in for the
All right,
arrest.
they got his
Some
ass.
officers will remain with their guns drawn.
What happened
while
to the
others,
girl?
Handcuff him, and then they'll search his person to make sure that there's nothing on him that could potentially harm any of the officers, and then help him to his feet before placing him in a squad car.
Where's the girl?
But you'll see that the officers are still very much on guard because they don't know if perhaps somebody is down there with them, is going to jump out of this home. They don't know what the suspect's relation is to this location.
Crazy
I would venture to say
speculation,
it was, simply
Eliana.
where he ended up after the foot chase. But
Maybe there's someone else
again,
under
one
there.
person in
Maybe
custody,
somebody's
one
coming
still
out of the
on run.
house to hurt the police.
Very scary situation there for many people who live in this area. Again, we just want to remind you, yes, there is a lot of activity around 33, 34 in Golden. So just be mindful of that.
You should have stolen a bell.
We've been hearing from Bill Preciado as well, a retired CHP
Oh, man, you're
officer,
funny.
just to lock your doors, don't allow anybody to go inside, just stay put. Let officers do their job. Again, they are still looking for another suspect. They believe they know where that woman is at, but
They believe.
again, just keep your doors locked while this investigation is still underway. Eliana, thank you very much for that. We will continue to monitor this situation, and we want to remind you that we will have more on the NBC4 News
All right, that's it.
11 p.m. We want to thank you for joining us tonight.
That's all I got. All right, everybody. Have a good night. If I go live again, it's because